Not on.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
That was intentional.
Okay, so we have a request to continue.
Yes.
Would anyone like to make a motion that we accept?
The one
Like
the other one is.
Oh, it's probably fine,
There
but
we
thank
go.
you.
You don't want to miss your voice.
Yeah.
Priscilla will be upset if she doesn't hear you.
Does anyone want to,
I'll make a motion to continue the solar application until the 19th.
okay? All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye? All right. Okay, moving on. We've got a couple conceptual reviews. So the first one is the Bellow Lake Property Owners Association. Paul, is it Patel? Patel? Regarding a conceptual review on a potential new road.
Correct.
So if you wanna come up and
Yeah,
just
why
talk
don't
to
I
us
do that?
about what you'd like to, what you're looking to possibly do.
Absolutely. So I'm not sure if Amber gave you this. This is just like
Yeah.
a little three-page
We
thing I
have
put
that,
together.
thank
Okay. So the reason I'm here is the property, excuse me, the members of the Property Owners Association expressed some interest in actually building this road, which is
Okay.
a right-of-way area
Yep.
that the association already owns in
Okay.
terms of the property.
Yep.
So within like the little package I gave you, kind of identifies the borders based on tax map of who owns the property and where our boundary lines are, okay? So from that point of view, again, I'm here because the association or the membership is interested in
Yeah.
activating this.
Yep.
And one of the main reasons for it is on the west side of the lake, we only have one entrance and egress for about 200 homes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the idea of this too is to give us a secondary access for both, just taking some pressure off the primary route, right? And also having a second entry and exit way for emergency purposes, anything
Sure.
around those lines, right? So the first page here basically just says that we've estimated by doing just some walkthroughs of the property, so there's been no official survey or anything like that at this
Okay.
time, right? But we estimated about a 2,400-foot road, just under a half a mile, and that would connect us between Ballard Ridge Road
Yep.
and North Desmond Drive, which is part of the association's property, which is private road that we maintain as well, right?
Can I pause you just for one moment?
Sure.
So these conceptual reviews, there is not, these are non-binding, so nothing that you say or that we say to you, what's the right phrase, is, I can't remember.
It's not binding.
That's
Yeah,
not
not
binding.
binding.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
so
It's just a
we're,
discussion.
so just a discussion, like, we're happy to provide you with, guidance or opinions and all that stuff.
Yeah, that
So,
sounds good,
yep.
because like, I came first to like the building department just to understand if there's any regulation requirement for doing such a project.
Yep.
So it's recommended to me that I
Okay.
come here for this conceptual review,
Yep.
and then we take it from there.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm 100% on
Yep.
board with what you're saying.
Okay.
So again, just like estimating the road length at just under a half a mile,
Mm-hmm.
the estimated width would be about 18 feet, which is consistent with a lot of the private roads we have within the community today. And then the next three bullets basically just outline like where the property lines meet at the boundaries, where there are abutters that would have probably some concern of us doing this, which would go forward with the process of like notification, let them know what's happening there so they don't, all of a sudden see something going on in their boundaries and not know what's happening, right?
Is there a right-of-way there?
There is.
And how wide is that?
From the perspective of Ballard Ridge Road, it's a 35-foot width location, space from Ballard Ridge Road that extends about 790 feet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see that
And then
now.
from there, it goes into Bell Lake
50.
property where we own about 155 acres, where there's no limitation to that abutter property
That
lines.
would be lot 16?
Lot 16 is the BLPOA, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Gridley and Hutchins, those are the abutters on the Ballard Ridge roadside,
Okay.
okay? And then,
So that right-of-way is right on the property line between those two, essentially?
exactly,
Yeah.
correct,
Okay.
yeah,
And it's 35 feet.
correct. Based on the map, like, that's not
Yeah,
an official
right.
survey, right?
So is that still owned by,
It's part of that parcel.
It's part of that parcel.
it's
correct.
part of 3 and 1?
It's part of
No.
16.
It's part of 16. So 16 has 35 feet of frontage on Ballard Ridge Road.
Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
so it's a.
Yeah.
It is, it's a
Like a
path.
flag.
It's a path,
kind
Yeah,
of.
right,
flag lot.
like
exactly.
a flag lot,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
got it.
It's not such as like we own 200 feet or 1,000
Yeah,
feet
got
on
it.
that.
Right.
Right.
What's the terrain look like?
It's, from Ballard Ridge Road, it's descending. So we do have a grade that's going down from Ballard Ridge Road that would be to the base or to the, other side of it, which is North Desmond.
Okay.
What the actual elevation of that is, like from the top point of Ballard Ridge to the base where North Desmond is, it could be 100 feet, it could be 200.
Yeah.
But that would be something we'd have to look at too, because we'd want to build a road that's too steep for any purpose, right? For
Right.
rain, for runoff, for
Yeah,
snow. and
it's gotta
ice.
be,
It's probably relatively gradual.
I don't know, it's a good hike.
Like, I don't know.
I'm
I don't
looking
know
it up right now,
at the-
so,
Oh, so, yeah, I didn't see any elevation maps, but I think it probably would be between 100 and 200 feet is just a guess based on walking it,
Sure,
but
yeah.
without any actual numbers.
Yep.
right.
And then on the North Desmond side, we have 3 different owners in conjunction with the Bellow Lake Property Owners Association. And at that location, we have a 50-foot wood path,
Mm-hmm.
210 feet in, until it goes into the main structure or
Yeah.
the main parcel.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? And then, so that would give us about 1,400 feet, like in an unrestricted boundary perspective, meaning we don't have to adhere to 35 feet width or 50 feet width, like it now opens up into, you know, like I said, 155 acre tract, so we can deviate
I
that
think-
road off a boundary line.
I think it's supposed to be 50 foot to be up to highway spec, town
Yeah,
specs,
so,
but if it's only a 35-foot right of way now,
so I have some thoughts, but do you
Yeah.
have more that you wanna?
Just I do have a question from that perspective, because
Sure.
I asked if there were any road regulations, Class 6 road things there, and from Wakefield's perspective, and as of what I know right now, there were none.
So there
So
are.
now you just
Oh, there
mentioned
is.
50 foot,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of, not confused, but I'm kind
Yeah,
of like,
we can help you
like
with
trying to
all that.
understand, like,
Sure.
yeah, if there are regulations, then we'd want
Yeah.
to have access to them, because I didn't understand there were any at this time that I needed.
So we have zoning regulations, and we also have a separate document that is development regulations.
Mm-hmm.
And in the development regulations calls out the specifics for road construction.
Okay.
So that's where you'd want to take a look, and we can talk through some of those things.
Yeah, let's do that, because I'm kind of interested in
so-
how you
Yeah, so,
define development in this situation.
so there's not an existing road there,
Correct.
right? So there's a right of way, but there's no road. So you're not upgrading anything that's there, you're building new.
I would say that's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, what exists
So-
there today might have been like a logging type of road.
Sure. Like
Or a
that-
path,
that-
but nothing
That right of way
established.
probably was there for logging, right?
Essentially could have been,
Yep.
yeah.
So looking at if you're going to build a new road, which looks like that's what you'd be looking to do, you need to consider a number of things. One is, what is the average daily traffic count
Yep.
that you expect? So this is really rough, but looking at, you said about 200 homes, if you then said, okay, well, maybe it would be more advantageous for half of those homes to utilize this road, right? Because if you're closer to, let's see, Beverly
Beverly
Hills
Hills,
Drive, like,
correct.
you're still gonna use that, most
Correct,
likely.
right.
Your average daily traffic count is way higher than you might think. It's like 8 per household. So in other words, like one house potentially could generate a car going in and out 8 times. So you very quickly like increase what is considered the traffic count
Understood.
with not that many homes. So I think also, if you look on a tax map, like you could do some more research, like, okay, how many homes are there now versus how many lots aren't yet developed? But as a board, we should likely be considering all of the lots, not just all the homes that are there.
Understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do that, and you move into what is considered a, let's see, there's a type of road, I might have to look it up on the, yeah, give me a second.
Because what you're defining too, or you're kind of describing from the traffic count is a calculation, correct?
Correct.
right,
Yeah.
and it's gonna require, that calculation is gonna lead into whether you can get away, like a class 6 road, that's just an access to a vacant lot,
I see.
pretty
So,
much, right?
Yeah.
so hold on. A class 6 road is a road that was originally a town road that was in use that has been essentially abandoned. So Class 6 road has nothing to do
with
with
this.
this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't service a house, it doesn't service house lots. So, well, it could, but typically you're not gonna get a class 6 road put in.
So
this.
That's not the intended
So-
purpose here.
yeah,
I can
so-
kind of tell you what
I
that,
don't think you'd ever, let's just take Class 6 road out of the discussion. I don't think it has anything to do with this. If you look at, it's section 6.02 roadway standards in our development regulations. And an average daily traffic count of between 251 and 1,000 becomes a street type of local. What that would require, if you're gonna follow these standards, is a minimum right-of-way of 50 feet, a pavement being paved, not dirt, of 22 feet with a 4-foot shoulder on either side. So if you're gonna follow those regulations, you're gonna need to somehow deal with, like purchasing some additional land to do that.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Now, that being said, the board has the right to waive some of these regulations. So you could come with an argument that says, hey, we think that this is adequate and for these different reasons.
Okay,
What my opinion is, the board needs to consider the amount of homes that would be supported by this.
Sure.
In addition to the fact that there could be additional homes, now that if you've now put a road in there, more land could be subdivided, meaning that the two abutters, as well as, I guess, potentially some of the property that Belleau Lake owns. Is it Belleau or Bellow?
I call it Bellows.
Bellow. Sorry, I always get that wrong.
That's all right.
So I think, my opinion, the board should be thinking about what could this look like fully built out, and that while the board could provide waivers that would say, hey, you don't need it as wide, maybe you don't need pavement, you've got to consider down the road what could be built out and the number of homes eventually that could utilize this. So
So going beyond the scope of what we have for existing properties, what could be developed within, you could say the
that
confines
is
of
one,
the half a
that is
mile?
one way that a board could be looking at it. That's
Okay.
how I would look at it.
And the other thing too, you might wanna look at some of these lots, they might have restrictions on the deeds to prevent further subdivision, and that would be very beneficial.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Lot 16, clearly, this provides frontage for lots or another road, a cul-de-sac kind of road to go in there and more lots be developed. So you'd have to look at, we would have to look at
Yeah.
at least Lot 16 as now developable where it wasn't developable before.
Is lot 16, is it in conservation?
It is.
Oh, well, maybe it
Okay,
can't
so
be
can you
developed.
do any development on
Well,
it?
that's kind of what I'm doing this investigation for, right? Can we do,
So-
can we do the road on it, but no development is allowed? I think that might be the situation with lot 16, because it's in conservation today.
So my,
Conservation or current use?
Conservation, I believe.
yeah, because I know some of that property
have to-
around there is in
Yeah, you're
conservation.
gonna have to read the, there's
The details on the deed,
very,
right?
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of details, and sometimes they allow it, sometimes they don't.
Okay,
My guess is they probably left provisions in there for it, if the way looks, it was set up for, so.
yeah, my understanding, this was all put into conservation when it was initially procured, I think, probably 20 years ago, maybe more than that today.
So I think you need to you need to do research there.
Yeah.
Contact an attorney to see if
Right.
it's possible based upon how the deed is written.
Exactly.
Whether
yeah.
you could actually, because the other thing, assuming you'd go forward with this would be considered a major subdivision. So it is a development project. It's developing that land and at least part of it, so that if there is a restriction on that deed,
Then that would remove that kind of contingency, right? That it would not be a development if this is deeded conservation, correct?
if it's
Unless
so,
you can
so
reverse
my
it.
my thoughts, right, without seeing that deed, is if it's deeded conservation land, you may not be able to develop it further and build a road on it.
Or including build a road.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, yeah. So that needs to
That's-
be investigated.
That's
Probably,
something that you need to look at.
yeah.
I mean, that's not to say you couldn't move it to lot 3 or something else if the landowner was willing.
Well, that's.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I guess potentially, you'd still have to somehow get between lot
a horse farm?
14.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, I understand what, the benefits here, like, I get it.
There's
Yeah, no,
definite
just-
benefits to this.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just looking too, like, for where we would stand, like
Yeah.
like going forward, right, without just creating a can of worms. I'd prefer to go through it in a more formal
Right.
sense, right? So
Right.
that, you
Yep.
know, we
there's
have
a lot of
agreement.
steps. This
Yeah.
isn't a small project, unfortunately.
No, it's not.
And then just with any type of development project, like there's potential like wetlands drainage impacts. It's not necessarily as simple as just cutting some trees
Oh, no, I
down
understand
and-
that,
right,
yeah.
and
No, I'm fully aware of
next thing
that.
you know,
Yeah,
you've got, a dirt road in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because one of my next first steps would be, inclusive of a physical survey, having surveys out there, is to do exactly what you just described. Like, let's find out where the wetland is, let's find
Right.
out if we have issues
Yep.
that we can control, or
Right.
that they're out of scope, we can't control, as well as, like, do we have grade or any type of elevation issues too that would, would add cost if we have to do something to, like,
Right.
regrade the terrain and things of that nature,
Right.
right? So first step was to come here and just get the assessment from you
Yeah.
guys there, from
Yeah.
this conceptual proposal.
Yeah.
And
So-
then we take it from
Yeah.
another level.
I think you need to look at the deed, and then potentially you need to figure out whether you can create a 50-foot right-of-way in
Yeah.
that area.
And the other thing you mentioned, did you say that was like under the roadway standards for development? What was it, 6.72
Hold on a
articles?
second.
So this has lakefront. variance, too, right?
6.02?
This does not.
No, I'm saying that parcel. Lot
So it's
16.
Roman numeral 6.
I'm
Roadway
showing it. I don't
regulations.
believe it
That's what
has-
you're looking at, right?
I'm showing it
Doug?
loop right around.
Oh, yeah, it does have this
Yeah.
one here. That is, yeah.
That's all.
That's
Yes,
also
you're
like,
right.
There's a table,
yeah, that's also a right of way too, to like back property, because that's where the Corridor 19 snowmobile trail is there. So
Yeah.
if landowners locked that, that was a right of way built to continue the accesses.
Right.
And-
Yeah.
so if it becomes you said it, because of the traffic count, it would probably be classified as a local road. There's
Yes.
some grade issues as well. So minimum grades of 1% in order to deal with the drainage, and a maximum of 8%. Your 200 feet in 2,400 feet is exactly 8% from one end to
So
the
it's-
other.
yeah, it's right on
But
the-
obviously, it isn't gonna be,
No.
a straight,
it's not
a straight pitch
down.
all the
It's
way
kinda
down. It's gonna
meandering.
go up and down.
Yeah,
so.
exactly, yeah.
But just be aware of there are grade requirements
Yeah,
as
and
well as
that-
width and stuff like that.
Yeah, just walking the site, I recognize that from that point of view, that it would have to understand it and the limitations.
Right. It's page 72, that might help.
Page 72.
Yeah. And that's on our website, so
Okay.
along with the zoning ordinance, the development regulations are there as well.
Okay. Okay, so it seems like I have some homework to do here, and then just going forward, right? I'd go continue like the investigation here, and I do some of the due diligences
Yep,
there.
yep.
And I maybe get an engineering company involved with this to kind of help design it and develop and everything.
Yep.
The appropriate path would be to come back with that proposal, or
Yeah, so-
where does this,
so-
like, begin and end in terms of
Yeah.
the conceptual review and then
So,
going forward?
the conceptual review, basically, like, this one ends
Yeah, it's not binding,
today,
since today.
right?
But you can come
That
back
does not mean,
3 or 4
Anytime.
times
Yes,
if
if
you
you
want
want to,
during the
like-
process.
like,
Sure.
we'd rather have you come back for a conceptual review, you haven't submitted anything, you haven't paid for anything.
Right.
Before you get into something that maybe you're unaware of and,
Yeah.
you're spending money needlessly.
And that's
Right.
why I'm here.
And to
kind
save
of
some money,
highlight
like Dick just pointed out, if you were to go, take your phone, right, go and pull up Google Maps, it'll give you your elevation. Walk Ballard Ridge down to the bottom, just do your general,
Yeah.
just to make sure you're within reason.
Yeah,
Because if it's not, your road was not gonna be straight. Now
Yeah.
you're adding a lot more money to.
Yeah, exactly, to turn it or to,
Right.
raise
So,
elevations.
I mean,
and
I would
things like
probably
that.
start with just, is it even feasible to get
Yeah.
it to that standard?
I get you, yeah, that makes sense to me.
I mean, I'm not saying we can't do some waivers, but the pitches, that's one that we probably can't do too much,
No, I
with.
agree with that too, though, that's to me, that's a no-brainer, we're not.
I mean, none of those roads are paved, so I think
Yeah.
it'd be out of character to require it to be paved, but.
Yeah, what we'd be looking to do for sure is pave like the skirts in, especially from Ballard Ridge Road.
Right.
So that, you have some break to the
And,
dirt.
and if there is some areas that are super steep, whatever, then, the pavement might be an option to manage that better, but.
True, yep.
So, just, that's
Just
your
a-
opinion.
just a-
It's
it's an
not
opinion.
necessarily mine.
Yeah, it's something to look at, and I would definitely, like I said, make sure you're within those, before you go jumping off the cliff, make sure it's, you know how far down it is first.
Yeah, I get you, yep, exactly.
Those lots that are the existing lots and homes that are down there, is it relatively flat in that area?
I would say, no, yeah,
No, okay.
there's elevations there, nothing is overly steep, but like right
Yeah.
where this new road would come into North Desmond
Yep.
is more like on a low side. So
Okay.
to either direction, left or right, looking
Yep.
at the map there,
Yep.
it rises up, but no more than like, what do you say, Timmy, 20 feet? Maybe
Yeah.
on each side.
Okay.
So it's not, they're not steep grades there at all.
Okay.
But it is meandering or rolling
Yeah.
a little bit.
But
Right.
It's not dead flat.
yeah, you're starting to gain elevation though here on Ballard Ridge Road, right? Like it's,
Yeah, probably
up
within
further.
like 900 feet in, it starts
Yeah.
to decline,
right,
right?
okay.
And then it's kind of gradual all the way to
Is,
North Desmond.
is there a woods road there now at all? Like,
It
could you
is.
tell, you can
can.
tell where that is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Absolutely.
okay,
Yep.
all right. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think
Okay.
you've answered everything I need.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
Do
and-
you have
and-
anything else for me?
I don't, do either of you have anything?
No, I
I
would
was
say
just
though,
gonna say you can
definitely
actually see
look at the regulations.
drive
Just-
There's,
Yeah,
there's a
I'll-
If you have
driveway, but
questions,
this, that
you know,
line
you
in
can
the trees
always
right
send
there.
an
that's sort
email
of-
or whatever, and we can get you answers. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
you don't have to troop in here every time you want an answer to
Yeah,
something.
Sounds good,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Anything
All right,
else from
thank you
Mary?
very much.
And
Okay,
actually,
thank you.
this actually shows a little better if you look, there's a line going right through.
Yeah.
What's that? Just
Just
curious.
showing them the satellite view.
Oh, yeah.
You can kind of see where the road goes through now.
Yeah, it's kind of, from satellite, you can almost see
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
still like a,
Like I said, just shooting some
delineate
grades and getting a rough idea,
of that elevation.
right, I
Yeah.
mean, and the distance too.
Okay, sounds good. Right. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right,
Thank you,
thank
Ann.
you.
Appreciate your help.
Good night.
You too.
All right, I don't see, the next conceptual review is Buck Pierce for FG Francis subdivision. Did we
Yeah.
get anything from,
I didn't get
I know the
anything.
weather's not fantastic or not
Yeah.
supposed to be great, so. Okay,
Just pass on that tonight.
yeah. We can certainly, if they reach out to us, we can
Right.
have it on the next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so board business, Province Road Solar LLC project follow-up?
Yes, on that one, but I did talk to Jen earlier. I was just, because there were conditions of that approval, things that had to be done before the final plan could be
Okay.
signed.
Yeah,
And we haven't heard anything from them at all. So I actually reached out to the owner and to the solar company today.
okay,
And the owner got back to me just saying that they're waiting on Eversource. So nothing has begun up there. They're hoping to have it completed by 2027.
okay,
They're waiting for Eversource.
Wow.
So
all right.
I just wanted to kind of check in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
this is
I
the
don't know, is
Francis
there
Road
like a
one?
time limit on that?
What was that?
This is
No
the,
problems, like-
Perkins Hill Road.
Perkins
Oh,
Hill,
Perkins
yeah.
Hill, yeah.
Perkins Hill,
Yeah.
Francis Drive, yeah, same thing.
I mean, I don't know if there's any like subsidies that don't exist anymore, and that's
Oh,
a,
they're disappearing,
that's a challenge,
yeah.
could be.
Well, they're learning that it's not as beneficial as everybody thinks it is. And then there's restrictions, so you're only allowed 20% more than your normal electric bill is if you did it on your house. The problem with that is in the wintertime, you only get about 25% efficiency out of them, so your system doesn't work for anything in the winter.
Yeah.
But this,
Right.
this is, David, this is the big solar farm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's just, it doesn't matter what, they're only gonna put out 25%, and they're on the north side of the hill, so.
So, well,
It's a
thank you
bad
for reaching
placement.
out.
Yeah, I just,
Right, and so I think it's just, you gotta keep an eye on that, right?
right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Do they run out of, time for development?
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't it 2 years?
It's 2 years.
Yeah.
Dave, you're right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
So,
They don't need to
I
come
don't
back
think
for
it's
2
been 2
years.
years yet, but
It hasn't been 2
in
years.
June of 25, you gave the approval for them to go.
So they need to they need to be starting on this, or they need to finish it by June 27th?
Yeah,
Needs to be finished, or they have to ask for
So-
an extension.
Let me just reach out to Jen. Let me
Okay.
ask that, and I think it might be appropriate, like, whatever that timeline is, that we reach back out and just say, by the way, like, these are the rules. If you're not completed by this date, or you're not started by this date, we'd have to go through the approval process again. So I just wanna make sure they're aware of that.
okay.
Is that, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then I know it's not on the agenda, but we had something come up late this afternoon
Okay,
that Peter wanted me to ask about.
okay.
Does commercial signage, does that stay with the property, or does it go away if the business no longer exists?
So is it zoned commercial?
Yes,
So it's
So
not,
existing already approved sign,
yes.
or
Maybe grandfathered?
grandfathered, does it stay with the property is this question,
Yeah,
if they sell it? Or if the business is shut down?
if the business is shut
If the
down.
business is shut down, then no.
So it's kind of has come up because of a 911 issue, I get, well,
Okay.
Yeah, there's issues with that for
911
sure.
meaning just from like having the road number there?
yeah,
somewhere-
I
somewhere
guess,
posted?
yeah.
Where,
Is this a
where's- can you-
standalone business
can you
or
tell
a,
us where the property is?
It's Pine Knoll Racing.
oh, yeah.
Oh, so the, where they used to sell, they're
Used
selling used cars, okay.
Right, so that
Yeah.
road up to that property
Yeah.
just got renamed.
Okay,
Okay, so evidently the garage was never picked up. So
by,
by 911 or whoever does that numbering. So
Okay.
now with the road being the new name on the road,
yep.
does the garage need
a number?
a number?
Yes. If it's separate property of the residence that it was originally attached to. So did they?
But it's
I
not
know-
separate.
Okay, well, if it's not
So
separate, then it's not,
something today was with the sign, does that sign, should that sign be taken down?
yes. If it's no longer in business, it should be. I mean, that's part of, it's just like the solar farms. We do a decommission plan when they're not working. I mean, it's, if this business isn't there, there's no operating business, there's no reason to have a 911 address separate for that building, unless he's renting it separately. He can get a second 911 address, but it would
So there's
usually it would just be an additional, like a numerical added to it where it's the same property.
There's one garage there, right?
One garage, one house,
Okay.
right? Or is there two garages?
No, there's one garage.
Two houses?
Yeah, it's
Is there?
a family compound.
It's been a while.
It's being built.
Oh, okay. Something's being built up there. I say, don't count the tree house out there.
So,
So
for
while
what-
they're doing the new 911 numbering, they want
Right.
to make sure that they get it right, you know, so,
Well, I guess that would be a question for the landowner. What his intentions are, is he gonna rent it out again, or is he just gonna keep it as his personal garage? I mean, if it's his personal garage, then it should just, it
Wouldn't
shouldn't,
need a
it's just the
number.
same address. But if he's doing a family compound, then typically you would have like, so if, let's just say it's number 20 is the primary residence, then that would be 20A, and then
Yeah,
20B, C.
right.
So that would be how he should be breaking up that in there. As far as the sign goes, the sign, I mean, it's an approved sign, yeah, but the business is shut down, so.
But is there a requirement that somebody
Remove it?
remove it?
No.
Probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, yeah. I never remember it ever coming up, anyway.
No. I mean, I've seen before where there was a sign for an existing business, and then if the business shut down, like the sign, the structure stays up,
Yeah,
right?
right,
Right.
or sometimes they put like covering over it or
Something over
something,
it.
yeah.
Billboard,
And
it turns
I
into
always-
whatever,
I
yeah.
always thought that was like, hey, so that means I could put another sign up there later
Right.
on.
Well, and it's kind of like the grandfather, hey, this sign was already approved, this structure, right? You know, we're
Yeah.
just gonna try and keep it, which that's why I'm saying is I'd question what his intentions are. To better 911's ability to straighten it out, but.
Right.
Does
Is
the
that-
sign have a street number on it now?
Well, I think that's kind of the question, like,
So wasn't that a White Mountain Highway address before?
yes.
So we
But-
made
but-
it, so
well-
we made it a roadway to put more houses in? Is that what he did?
I think I'm not 100% positive about, I know that it got a new name.
But it's a
That
driveway.
road, not, the road off of
So
White
my
Mountain
understanding is that was a
Highway.
driveway though.
I don't have.
I don't ever
did
remember
I
that having a
print
road name.
yeah, I assume from one time I went up there.
What's the
looked
name?
like a
What's the name of
driveway.
the road that now?
Well, it's not, is it, it's
What-
probably not gonna
do
show
they
up
have a
on
name
I
there.
didn't
for it?
think they had a name
Oh,
for it.
got
They
it. Okay.
just gave it a name.
Do you know what
I'm pulling it up right.
what
So it's right after Palmer's Motel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see Pine Knoll Sales. There is no name on it on Google Maps, which would be updated by 911. So that's all just an access, a long driveway.
So there's the church.
It's just like Palmer's driveway and,
Well, they've got it's O'Connor, right? Is the
Yeah.
last name?
yep.
I mean, on the tax map, it says Palmer Drive. My guess is that's not,
Well,
that's probably been there for a
Because
while.
that driveway, so to speak.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. Here's
'Cause that's the church, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
right, but Palmer
And that
Drive
used to
was
be
this.
Palmer Drive right here. I mean, I remember that as a kid.
Oh,
the-
really? Okay.
Yes, because Palmer's Motel.
Yeah, right. Oh, is that, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's, the garage is right here, well,
Is
yeah,
that
right
the
there,
garage
right
there?
there,
Okay,
yeah, and
yep.
then the house.
Yep, okay.
And there's another house going
So,
in.
but the sign is out here.
Yeah, right. All right, I'm gonna try to back up a bit. Like, what's Peter's question and/or concern?
Should that sign be taken down? If there's no longer gonna be a business there,
So
should the sign be taken down?
I don't. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's anything in our regulations that say the sign has to be taken down. Now,
There's
does it
no
make
enforcement abilities, no.
Common sense? Not really. Like somebody driving down Route 16 says, "Oh, I want to go buy a used car. I'm going to pull in there."
Yeah.
Like I don't. To me, it doesn't make sense to leave the sign up. But I don't know if there's anything that we can do to request that they take it down. Right?
I mean, so the business isn't there anymore. I don't know why I would assume he's getting taxed on it. I don't know why you would want to keep something if he's gonna get taxed on it.
I don't know if you're going to get taxed on a sign.
It's a structure.
I think you'd have to.
He could turn
think
it
we
into
need to
he
look
could
at-
he could turn that into a billboard and advertise for somebody else out there. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that we can do. If there's something confusing about it, like in other words, it has an incorrect address and therefore, police or fire may not go to the right building if something should happen, then that's a problem, right? And maybe that's a code enforcement /
So-
like occupancy issue.
I guess
Maybe.
my question is, okay, so right now, that's 3363 White Mountain Highway Right.
3365.
for the garage or the house, does it, so they have a separate? I have 3363 on, when I just touched on it and,
But I don't
but
know.
regardless,
Yeah,
it's
right,
a
okay.
White Mountain address highway, right?
Yeah.
How is he making it a roadway without going through
Planning board.
planning board?
How is he what?
How is it becoming a roadway without coming in front of the board?
Like, is he building a road there?
Is he subdividing? Family compound, regardless, so like, if he's building a family compound and it's just more driveway, then he's
Right,
back to
yeah.
that 3363 A, B, C, D. Or lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, however.
Yeah. I don't know, Dave. They just
He can't.
asked me to ask
So
tonight
he
about that
can't name it,
commercial
and
sign.
he can't make it a driveway into a roadway without coming to the town.
I will check on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the
I
selectmen
mean-
approve new roads. We don't approve, we approve the
The
plan of the
construction
new road,
of
but,
them.
Right.
yeah, but the
Right.
name of the road and all that.
Right.
And I guess if
I
he's
don't
not,
think we do
so
anything
maybe,
like that.
maybe he's done that, and I wish Charlie was here to answer that. But if he hasn't, if he, I
I don't
and I
think the
understand it's
road has been
complicated
up-
because he's doing a family compound, but
Yeah, I don't think the road's been upgraded or anything.
No,
I just
no.
think
I'm just,
for the 911 purposes, they had to, because it's gonna be a family compound, maybe, they had to give it a name,
So,
I don't think so.
no?
no, I
No.
think what Dave's saying makes sense to me, that you would just have A, B, C, probably just A, B, right? Like you'd have,
Well, it depends on how many are on there,
Yeah,
but yeah.
if there's
So
two-
if they're making a family compound, there's gonna be, it looks like there might be a trailer out in the back, or a shed, probably a trailer based on the size of it, so, that would be, the primary structure's A, the next structure B, the garage would be C, and that's just the way you would break it up. That's how the post office typically does it.
yeah.
And then you mark it, you put that on the building, so when the emergency services come in, we know the
yeah.
difference. And usually, so in this case, it would probably be the garage would be A, because it's the first one.
First one, right.
On the survey plan, they're calling that Palmer Drive.
So,
And that survey plan is from 1989.
which part? This part, the offshoot? Because Palmer Drive existed before that.
And I don't know, look at this. I think
Hard to
if I'm,
understand what's what.
if I'm looking at the, I think that's the church, right? Is that right? That's the church, and then that's the 15.6 acres is.
Yeah, and then that's Palmer's. Yeah,
Um,
Kenneth and,
yeah, okay, yeah.
so. Right,
So,
but
That's-
Palmer's Drive, yeah, you kind of see the little offshoot coming off. Originally was the chute that came up and
Yeah.
over.
right. I don't know. To me, I think that
I just
the
don't know why.
challenge or the risk is if somebody called 911 and said, I've got an emergency on Palmer Drive, does the police department know what that is?
Well, so I can tell you exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go to Google Maps and we're gonna put in Palmer Drive. But the problem is you gotta give an address. If they don't have a number with it,
Does the town recognize that as a address? Again, to me, I think this is more of a safety.
There's a
discussion,
Palmer
right?
Drive in
Right.
Brookfield. Oh, it's the same one. It's shown in Brookfield, and it's
Really?
not Brookfield.
Well, there is a Palmer Drive in Brookfield.
Really?
Oh, never mind. Yeah, you're right. I see that. Okay, so that would be a good reason to change the name up. Because
And so that
this,
might be-
and they're only 1.2 miles
Right,
apart.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I mean, okay, so if it was already approved as Palmer's Drive on that,
Yeah,
and I'm just speculating. I'm looking at Google Maps. I don't know what the actual address is there. So if the address was Palmer Drive, then that's fine. Change the name up. But if he hasn't subdivided the lot for the garages to be different, it's still going to be the same number with a A, B, C, D.
Okay.
yeah, yep. Does that help? Maybe.
Or he could go a little bit farther and say Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
does that, yeah, if he has more questions, like
yeah.
have him reach out to me,
Yeah.
I
I
can
wasn't
see what I can.
100% sure what
Yeah.
the issue was with the sign. You know,
Yeah.
maybe they want to put the numbers out there on the sign and.
I mean,
Well, maybe they want to rent the
numbers.
garage out again. I don't know.
I don't know,
yeah,
but, okay.
There appears to be nothing in the zoning, on
About
the
removal,
section on
right.
signs about removing it.
Okay.
Doesn't even mention it.
Mention
Yeah.
it.
Except if it's in disrepair. You've got to rip it down, you've got to either fix it or rip it down, or the selectman can
Can.
order it removed
okay,
if it's falling down.
yeah, yeah.
But other than that, there's
It's
nothing
okay.
about removing
Yeah.
the sign.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to leave it with a name
Right,
of a
yeah.
business that doesn't
Right.
exist anymore,
Well, I
but
mean, you would, yeah, you
But-
would want
but that's
people
up to
pulling in and
whoever owns
whatever, but,
Okay. Let's see, anything else that you might have?
No,
All right, don't see anyone from the public. Do we have the minutes from
Yep.
February 19th?
yep.
All right, I was not here, but I know I can vote on it.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the ninth, what's the date?
February 19th,
February 19th.
I wasn't here.
You can still vote.
still
I'll
vote.
still- Yeah,
Did you second?
I'll second it.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye? Okay. All
I
right,
would like to make a motion
yes,
to thank Priscilla for continuing to do the minutes, even though she hasn't been well and was in the hospital and whatever. If
Yeah.
someone would like to second that, I think we ought to put that in the minutes.
I will second that. And I will approve it too.
I'm in
if
favor.
you're gonna-
Okay.
Yes. Has anyone, how is she doing now? Does anyone?
I don't know, I,
She's doing better.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, good.
last I knew anyways.
would
You
be,
guys are all dropping like flies around me, jeez. Charlie
That's-
fell, didn't break his wrist, but
That stinks. All right, anything else? And if not, anyone
motion
want
to
motion to
adjourn.
adjourn?
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye,
All right, thank you, everyone.
thank you.